Joy, it's great to have you here on the show to talk to us about My Smart City app. But for many of us who are not familiar with it, what is it all about?
Okay, well, thank you for having me, Leroy. My Smart City is a platform that we have created for citizens. So it's a platform where citizens can engage all of the service providers in their city. Starting off with municipal services, which is what we've launched first. So the guys who provide you with water and electricity, etc. Emergency services, your police, your ambulance, and so on. Next, we're going to move into private services, and that we've split into two. The large private services would be your telcos, the guys providing you with Wi-Fi. And then we're looking at Uberized Services. So Uberized Services is disruptive services. So it's not we're not necessarily trying to get your electrician and your plumber and so on. We're looking for disruptive services. So what we want to do there, obviously, is create jobs. Take the informal sector and give them a platform where they can engage citizens and their customers. So maybe a guy who does your gardening or paints a wall for you or washes your car. And then lastly, we're looking at a component called In the City. And in the city component will provide citizens with what's happening in the city. So points of interest, local attractions, there's a flea market this weekend, or there's art in the park, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Then there will be other components to those are the four main features. There will be other components to the platform, such as a social media platform, where you'll engage your community and you can follow certain people in your community, like the mayor and the ward councillor and the homeowners association and so on. And you can publish stuff there, and you can notify people that there's been break-ins in my area, or we're selling kittens, etc. And that's the one underlying functionality that we're looking to introduce. And then we're looking to do things like a rewards program to reward you for being a good citizen. And lastly, a crowdfunding facility to allow you to raise funds to improve your area. So, for instance, if you want to do something at the local park, government doesn't have the money to do it, but you as a community want to do it. Let's say you want a playground, you would raise the funds in a crowdfunding environment and then build the playground in the park.
Now that sounds great and all, but there are apps that exist that do pretty much almost the same thing. So how does your app differ from everything else?
Well, that's the thing, right? There are apps, right? There's an app for everything. And we're getting to the point where there's app fatigue. I don't know about you, but when I upgrade my phone, I tend to lose a whole bunch of apps along the way. We're creating a platform. It's different. So if you look at the apps to engage in a city, it could be as many as 40 apps. And we're trying to create all of that in one platform. So you will upgrade that platform because this is where you log your electricity issues. But this is also where you would get your gardener, or you would get your painter and so on. So we're building a platform rather than just an app. Yeah.
So walk us through what you're bringing to the table for invested parties in this app.
Well, look, the platform, right, is there to represent the citizens. So it's a citizen platform. So if you think about your home, for instance, that's your investment. You've invested in your house, right? If you only worry about your house, you are not really in control of the value of the property, because you're not looking at your community and you're not looking at your suburb, and those are factors that will affect the price of your house and the value of your house. So we're creating a platform for citizens to get involved and to make a difference. So rather than just going and publishing, complaining, you're now getting involved. You're becoming part of the solution, and you're trying to improve your environment. And by improving your environment in your suburb, you're improving the value of your house. So those are the interested parties, the citizens.
Having said that, what sort of footprint do you currently have within Joburg?
Okay, so let's talk about footprint, and then in terms of coverage, and then let's talk about the number of users and so on. Okay, so coverage, we're trying to cover the whole country, right? obviously Joburg being one of the major cities. So we kicked off a few months ago with Johannesburg and Cape Town. We've moved on to Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. And beyond that, we're going to look at eThekwini, and then we're going to look at the smaller centers, and we want to cover the whole city, the whole country. In terms of users, the uptake in Joburg has been reasonably well. It has to do with getting the word out there and getting people, and we're doing a lot of marketing to try and do that. On average, we get about 100 registered users. We get a lot more downloads. So a lot of people download the app and they, I'll register later. But we're only looking at registered users because those are the people that get involved. So at the moment, it's going about 100 per day. The coverage in Johannesburg, registered users, is about 4,500 at the moment. And as I said, growing. Yeah. We need more.
Now, what's been the response from municipal entities in providing such a service?
Yeah. So, we're not fighting with them. We're working with them, and I think we help. The way we describe it to service providers, and I don't want to just focus on municipalities, all service providers, is we're just another channel. We're another channel to improve their service. And service providers actually want to hear from their customers and their citizens because that gives them a picture of what's going on, So if you take electricity, for example, that's a good one to explain it. Power utilities only really know the extent of the problem if citizens tell them, I've got no power. Then they start to build a picture of how many suburbs are out and most likely where the problem might be, right? So the response has been reasonably good. We've explained that we are just another channel, like you have your website and you have your own app and you've got your call center, you've got My Smart City. We're taking pressure off their call center because we do qualify a lot of these issues. Nonsense calls do not get through. We block those out. In some cities, it's been easier to interact with. In others, not so much. But we carry on and we represent the citizens until we can engage.
Any current projects on the pipeline?
The social media component is due to be out towards the end of November. And that's quite an interesting component. It will allow you, as I said, to put feeds around your community. But it's also going to have alerts for you. So it'll give you your load shedding schedules and alerts. It'll give you power outage and water outage notifications, severe weather, and any other alert that you want to give the public. And there, we'll work with the service providers if they want to put the word out. And we're going to have road closures because Parliament is having a meeting. Then we'll put it out on our platform. We will let citizens know that this is happening. Yeah.
Now, where is the benefit for you in having this app out there?
We have to make money eventually, right? So how we're going to monetize the platform is with the Uberized Services. We are going to package those services and make them as professional as possible. And we are going to take, like Uber does, we're going to take a commission on those services, and we're going to be punting those private services to our community base.
At the end of the day, what do people out there need to know about this app?
They need to know that it is a platform built for them, right? It's a platform to help them improve their lives. It's a platform for them to engage, and it's a platform for them to find out what's going on in their community and stay informed. But it's a community-based platform, right? So it's there to enhance your experience with your community. Yeah.
And on that note, I want to thank you so much for coming through to the show.
Great. Thank you very much.